This video is brought to you by Miniature Market. Thousands of board games, miniatures, and paints, discount prices at miniaturemarket.com.
Hey everybody, let me turn the camera a little bit because we don't edit anything. Today we are going to be painting. And yeah, we've been painting a lot of stuff. We are going to be getting ready the Nord and let's see if we can get that in there. The Nord and the Kahajid for Skyrim, the board game. I'm going to show you how to do it quick and easy. Get to the table, boom, quick, so we can play this. The Kahajid, or whatever the heck it's called, I can't even pronounce it, is for the tutorial, which we're going to run through. The Nord is going to be for a long playthrough. So I got these two ready. I believe it comes with 6 miniatures in all, but I got 2 ready right now, and I want to show you how to do it very quick. Let's go down the table, get started. We'll get this all painted up, and then we'll see you on the other side of this. Okay, this time we are working on some Skyrim stuff. So the first thing I did was I used a primer, Uniform Gray, which works perfectly from our good friends over at Army Painter. This is just great stuff and gets the job done. Then the next thing I wanted to do was I took some lead belcher. Okay, and I'm in the middle of doing that now. Our Kiljin or something like that. I forgot. This is our tiger person from the adventure game. All I did was just take and just kind of just go over the gray and just kind of very lightly took a lot of it off the brush, thinned it out nice, and just kind of touch that all up because we're going to build out from there. It's easier to just take care of all the armor. And the same thing with our Nord friend here. The skin's not going to be a problem. I'm not worried about all that stuff. And just going over and making sure that I get everything with the lead belcher, okay? Because I'm going to build out from there. It's easier to do it that way than to work try to paint the armor in. So, I could put the skin over, I could put, little highlights here and there, and I'm going to save myself a ton of time by just doing this. All right. And the bases, don't worry about getting a little paint on the base because we're going to take care of those bases as well. I think we're going to go with a snow theme again. Kind of like how we're doing with Frosthaven. But, there you go, because these are the 2 characters. This character you definitely want to get done first because it's part of the tutorial. And then for me, I want to play with the Nord all the way through. So that's what I'm looking forward to. So now that I've got this lead belcher on, we're going to let it dry real solid. And then we're going to come back and we're going to start our work on these. All right, so the next thing that we're going to do is, now that primer's dry, the good silver on there, I'm going to take some Kesla Flesh. I already put 1 coat on, but I'm going to put a 2nd coat on so it really covers up that silver. And this is on our Nord Barbarian here. And all I want to do is just get in there in the grooves there. Just make sure I get in there. I'm not going to worry about when I have to put the wash on to darken up this armor because we're going to do a few other things in between there. You really just want to make sure that you get the flesh as good as you possibly can. He's got his elbow here, so you want to get it. I mean, this is going to be my main guy I'm going to roll with. I'm going to roll with this guy through the whole campaign, and we'll see how that turns out. So again, just nice, simple things. Already you could just put it on the table. You really could. To be honest with you, if you didn't want to get too fancy, but we're gonna take it farther, of course. So I'll be back, and I'm gonna show you what we're gonna do next. So just to keep going here, I took some contrast of Wildwood, and I just did some of the skirt there, the boots, and the inside of the thing here, the armbands, which was pretty quick, and I let that dry, and it turned out pretty well. I had a little camera problem, so I for some reason it deleted what I did here. So I'm just catching up, and we're going to keep going here. I took some Dawnstone for the top of the head, and then for his facial features, I believe I used here it is, a Corvex white, which worked really, really well in there. Because where we're going to really try to get the features on the face is when I go over and do the new oil, which we're going to be doing next, right after this. So next I'm going to take some new oil, and I got one that's almost dead here. So just using up the last of it. This might be the last models I use it on, and I've had this thing forever too, which is awesome. So what we're going to do is, especially for our warrior here, we are just going to really just get it all over the lead belcher here, and that's really going to darken things up and give us a little bit of it's going to get in the recesses there. That's what we really want. I really want to darken this up because we're going to brighten this up. Now the other thing I want to do here is I want to be careful, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to come through the back here, and again we're just trying to use up this old bottle here, and I really want to put it heavier on the armor, but when I get it down, when I get enough of it off the brush here, I'm going to go over, and I'm just going to go over the facial features and hope that this kind of just brings out a little bit and exactly what I'm trying to do here. Just work it in there perfectly so it brings out some of the facial detail of our warrior here. All right, these are really nice models, and I've got to say Morpheus did a tremendous job here, and it's just very, very cool what they did. Really looks fantastic, and just kind of working that in there. Perfect. I get it, perfect. Okay, but just making sure that we hit everything, because you don't want to miss out on anything here. And now we're just going to let that dry. Got it really nice in the facial features. Didn't put it in too heavy so it darkens things up too much. And that's exactly what I'm looking for. So we're going to put that one down, and now we're going to do this. But the thing here now, okay, we really kind of want to be a little bit more careful here, because I don't want to get it onto the flesh. I just kind of want to work my way over here and just kind of work it. I don't want to get it on the flesh, because what I want to do with the flesh is I want to go over with a really nice, I'll tell you, lead belcher just really is it's so great for metals. And then I'm just going to go over everything here. I'm not worried about, as a matter of fact, I forgot to do the elbow here, so I don't mind going over that right now, because I'll paint over that before we come back to it. And I just want to be very careful in everything I do here. You really don't want to hit the flesh at all, because we want to build that out. Alright, over there. Okay, boom. I hit the flesh a little bit, but that's alright, because I got to paste it up anyways a little bit. And don't worry about making mistakes. God, I make plenty of them. And it's just going to come in here. It's going to really bring this out. Darken this up. I want to bring this over the helmet there real well. There we go. And we're going to let that dry. As you can see, it starts to pool a little bit. Just move it around. Just move it around. Especially if it pools too much. Just move it around and it'll be fine. And that's all I'm doing here. Just making sure I move it around properly and everything works. All right, there we go. So next, I'm going to take some Necron compound. You know how much I love this. This really brings out, all I do is just take a little bit of it and I really mash it in and I get as much on this brush. It's a dry brush paint from Citadel, and this just goes perfectly over And I just want to catch the edges because it really brings out the silver. I don't want to catch the tail or anything like that. I want to be kind of careful. Over here, you could just kind of, I don't have to hit it very hard. All I need to do, again, watching out for our cat here, just getting the edges there, really just making sure that I bring this out a little bit, bring out the metallic part of it, and that's what it does. It really just sits up nicely. You want to leave some of those dark spots in there so you can really just get this really, really nice feel for it. And then over here with our boy here, the same thing, just nice and easy. I got enough on this brush to kind of go over everything. I just want to hit over the armor here, just nice and easy. Just on the other side of this blade, just enough to bring this out and really just accent it in the middle here over his arm. I just want to be very careful because you don't want to get it on the flesh. So just take your time, just hit certain areas. You'll know what you're doing. You'll feel it. You can feel it. And if you just hit nice and easy, it'll just work very, very well. I can hit a little bit of the boots there, hit the edges of the shield here, and that really works very, very well for me. Next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take a little Dawnstone. I worked it into the napkin here. I just want to go nice and easy over this, and all I want to do is just kind of hit that tail a little bit, bring that tail out a bit. There we go. Nothing too extensive. And then just kind of hit the back of the ears here. Gray that up a little bit down the cheeks. Just being very, very, very careful here. Over the brow. And that way we bring out the facial features of our creature here, or yeah, I guess you call it creature, right? Again, really just working that in there. That's going to make a big difference and really sell that model. And I kind of want to go gray hair here because basically, well, that's me, folks. I'm gray haired. Days of my hair even being there are kind of way beyond me. So my Nord here is old, gray, withered, kind of like me. There we go. And I'm just going to put that hair in there. Perfect. Exactly what I want to get him going. All right, there we go. Finally, I'm going to use some technical, the Valerian Blizzard. You know, Skyrim always makes me think of snow, so especially up on those mountains. So I'm just going to put this on here, and what I'm going to do is I'm just going to work it in here in some spots. Really just kind of work it around. You can see it's pretty easy to work with. And just give that snow illusion a bit. This stuff really works very, very, very well. And you don't want to waste any of it. So I'll just scrape that off. This is an old brush that I just used for bases. Find an old brush that you're tired of. Use it until... I use it for glue. So what happens is that the glue has made the brushes just so hardened that I basically I use it just to scoop stuff, or I'm so cheap I just don't throw away anything. I even feel bad throwing empty bottles away of paint that I figure, oh well, maybe I can use this for something else. Maybe I could repurpose this. So cheap. Spend a little money, Rob. Come on, you know? And then I'm just going to get this in here. I'm going to scrape the rest of this off here. There we go. Just so we have that illusion. I don't mind having a little bit of that gray undercoat under there because it kind of works into the ground a little bit. You can actually just take, and if you wanted to, take some of this ballistic ballast that and glue that on there, and then put the Valerian over it, which wouldn't be bad. I mean, this stuff is just really great technical stuff, as usual, from our friends over at Games Workshop. They do a great job. And I'm gonna let that dry up. I'm gonna just clear off the edge of the base, and then these guys are kind of ready to go, I think. Okay, it doesn't have to be this overwhelming paint job or anything like that. You just got to get them where they're off and running and ready to go. We'll take some close-ups of them, and we'll be off and running here. So there's both figures. As you can see, the Coagith or whatever. You see what we did there? Brought that out. The one thing here on our Nord dude. Okay, let me get that card there a little bit better there. I lost the footage for where I just took some Ushabi bone for the horns. It wasn't anything major, but done, ready for Skyrim, the board game adventure. I can't wait to play this. We're gonna go through the tutorial with the cat guy there, and then we're going to play the game all the way through with the Nord. So I'm really looking forward to it. I hope this was something nice and easy, so you can see how quick you can get this started, and just have a lot of fun with it. All right, let's go up top and get my final thoughts. Well, there you have it. Quick, easy, fun. Some of these technical paints, are just fantastic. They do a lot of great things. I really like the Citadel their type of speed paints. Speed paints from Army Painter are just as good, if not better. But I was able to get these guys done very quickly, efficiently, and they're ready to go. They're ready to go. We got our guy for our tutorial, and then we got our guy for our main thing, because I want to be Nord. I got to be Nord, and I can't wait to play this. This game is so good that I actually downloaded it on my Xbox and started playing again, just to get some of the lore again, and the Dragonborn. Just a very magical, fantastic, fun game, and having these figures, which are beautiful and fun to paint, just go right to it, folks. You'll have a great time. So our two figures are ready. Next time we see each other talking about Skyrim, it's going to be because we are going to be playing it live on Rob's Tabletop World. Hope this helps you. Quick, easy, get them to the board. Till next time, it's your old pal Rob. We'll see you soon, everybody.